We stand at the crossroads of chaos and control, constantly battling forces that seek to disrupt our inner peace. As students of life, we must ask ourselves, what truly holds power over us? Is it the external turmoil, or is it our own untrained minds? Stoicism, the ancient philosophy embraced by emperors and slaves alike, offers us 10 lessons to navigate life with calm and clarity. These teachings are not relics of the past. They are eternal truths, waiting for us to awaken to their power. 1. Control what you can, accept what you cannot. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. Our first lesson begins with a truth so simple yet profound: the dichotomy of control. When we waste energy on things beyond our influence, we fracture our serenity. Let us channel our efforts into what is ours to govern: our thoughts, our actions, our responses. Acceptance is not weakness. It is the fortitude of a soul aligned with reality. Imagine standing in a storm, unable to halt the wind or rain, but choosing to steady your footing and remain upright. That is the essence of control, an unwavering focus on what is within us. Control is also a practice requiring daily reminders and mindfulness. It's like sharpening a blade, effortful but rewarding. The more we practice this lesson, the more resilient we become, able to stand unshaken amid life's tempests. 2. Master your emotions. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Marcus Aurelius. Destructive emotions are storms we summon within. A true Stoic learns to pause, to question, to understand. Does this anger serve me? Does this fear define me? Emotional mastery is not suppression, but transformation. Imagine the fire of anger being tempered into the warmth of resolve, or fear dissolving into cautious preparation. Through self-awareness and reflection, we reclaim the throne of our inner world. This mastery requires introspection, journaling, meditating, or discussing our feelings with trusted companions. With time, we become architects of our emotions, building a fortress of calm that external forces cannot breach. 3. Memento mori. Remember death. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Marcus Aurelius. The Stoics taught us to face mortality, not as a source of dread, but as a reminder of life's fleeting nature. Each moment is precious, a gift not to be squandered. When we remember death, we are reminded to live, fully, bravely, and with purpose. Imagine waking each day with the thought, today might be my last. Would you waste it on trivialities, or would you choose to act with love, courage, and integrity? Memento mori does not diminish life, it amplifies its significance. This contemplation also liberates us from fear. When we accept the inevitability of death, we become fearless in the face of challenges, knowing that the true measure of life lies in how we live, not how long we live. 4. Amor fati. Love your fate. A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it. Marcus Aurelius. To embrace life's trials as necessary steps in our journey is to wield invincibility. The Stoic does not merely endure adversity, they transform it. Every challenge is an opportunity to refine our character, to grow stronger. Imagine the hardships you face as the forge's heat that strengthens the blade. When we love our fate, we stop resisting life and start collaborating with it. Each setback becomes a stepping stone, each pain a teacher. Amor fati also teaches us gratitude for the entire tapestry of life, the joys and sorrows, the victories and defeats. In this acceptance, we find freedom from resentment and regret. 5. Focus on the present moment. Confine yourself to the present. Marcus Aurelius. Worry dwells in the future, regret festers in the past. The only moment that truly exists is now. Let us anchor ourselves in the present, fully immersed, fully alive. In this moment lies freedom. Picture yourself walking through a garden, pausing to feel the texture of a leaf, the scent of a flower, the warmth of the sun. That is the present moment, a sanctuary from the noise of what was and what could be. Living in the present also fosters deeper connections with others. When we truly listen, without distraction, we honor the presence of those around us. The present moment is where life unfolds and where our power lies. 6. The obstacle is the way. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius. Resistance is not the enemy, it is the teacher. When faced with obstacles, we must not recoil but lean into them. Challenges are not detours, they are the path itself. The Stoic does not flee difficulty, but transforms it into strength. Consider a boulder blocking your path. You could curse it or despair, but what if you used it to climb higher? What if you learned to see obstacles not as barriers but as tools for growth? Obstacles also test our creativity. They force us to adapt, innovate, and discover strengths we never knew we possessed. Each obstacle faced is a story of triumph, written into the fabric of our lives. 7. Cultivate gratitude. Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours. Marcus Aurelius. Gratitude shifts our perspective from lack to abundance. It reminds us of the wealth we hold, not in material possessions, but in life's simplest, profoundest gifts. A breath, a sunrise, a friend's smile. Each morning, let us ask ourselves, what am I thankful for today? Gratitude is not merely a feeling, but a practice, a lens through which we view the world. When we cultivate it, we discover that even life's smallest moments shimmer with meaning. Expressing gratitude can also deepen our relationships. A simple thank you can bridge distances, heal wounds, and bring warmth to our connections. 8. Guard your inner citadel. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. The inner citadel is the sanctuary of the self. Here, no external force can penetrate unless we allow it. Guard it with vigilance. Fill it with thoughts of wisdom, courage, and justice. This is where our true power resides. Imagine your mind as a fortress. Will you let invaders in, or will you keep its gates strong and its halls filled with light? By nurturing our inner citadel, we build a refuge that remains unshaken by the world's tempests. Our citadel also thrives on habits of introspection and discipline. Regular self-reflection fortifies its walls, ensuring that we remain steadfast in our values. 9. Practice voluntary discomfort. It is in times of security that the spirit should be preparing itself for difficult times. Seneca. By willingly embracing discomfort, we inoculate ourselves against fear. Fasting, cold exposure, or abstaining from luxury, these practices fortify our resolve. They remind us that our strength is not in external comfort but in inner resilience. Imagine standing barefoot on cold ground, not as a punishment, but as a reminder. You can endure far more than you think. Through these practices, we learn that comfort is fleeting, but character endures. Voluntary discomfort also fosters humility. It reminds us of the fragility of life and deepens our empathy for those who suffer. 10. Serve a greater purpose. What is your vocation? To be a good person. Marcus Aurelius. True tranquility arises when we transcend the self and live for the collective good. The Stoic understands that we are threads in a vast tapestry. To serve others is to serve ourselves, for we are one. Imagine your actions rippling outward, touching lives unseen. When we act with kindness, justice, and humility, we contribute to a world where peace is not an ideal, but a reality. Service also gives life meaning. It connects us to something larger than ourselves, inspiring us to rise above pettiness and ego. As we walk this path, let us remember that Stoicism is not about perfection but progress. It is not about detachment but engagement with life's highest virtues. Let us strive together to embody these lessons, not merely in thought but in action. The calm we seek is not a gift granted by fortune but a fire kindled within. And we, like Marcus Aurelius, are its keepers. Together we forge a path not only for ourselves, but for all who dare to follow.